Orange juice has been a delicious breakfast staple for generations, becoming almost synonymous to a healthy breakfast, especially for children. I still personally drink orange juice each morning to wash down a large handful of vitamins. And although generally speaking, juice consumption in the United States is decreasing, Americans still drank a combined 527,000 metric tons of OJ in 2022, making it the most popular juice that year. But sadly, I am not here to be a cheerleader for OJ today. Rather, the decline in juice consumption might be exactly what needs to happen in order to spark big changes in how juice is made. Homonyms. Homonyms are words that are spelled and pronounced the same but have different meanings. For example, key can refer to a piece of metal used to open a door or refer to various arrangements of musical scales, meaning the word key is a homonym. Likewise, homonyms are our key to unpacking a conspiracy in the process of making orange juice. The word in question today is concentrate. Have you ever wondered why orange juice bottles advertise, nay, even brag about not being made from concentrate? Now I know what you're thinking. It's obviously because making juice from fresh oranges has to be superior to orange juice concentrate. But my response would be, how do you know that? Respectfully, I for one haven't tested that claim. Have you? And with my albeit limited culinary knowledge, I want to debunk that assumption and prove that Big Juice is hiding something that they cannot afford to get out to the public. You can call me B, but before we get going, please remember to like and subscribe. So I quickly want to demonstrate to you, dear viewer, that making products from concentrate does not at all mean that it will be inferior. This is called glaze, with a C. To avoid information overload, I'm going to kiss you. Don't get too excited. I mean, keep it simple, stupid. Simply put, glaze is made from meat stocks high in collagen by boiling them down until most of the water is gone and all the flavor of the meat, whether it be chicken or beef or pork, is now reduced to a paste. This, by all intents and purposes, is a meat concentrate. Here's the kicker. With my insight, I guarantee that you have eaten at a restaurant that after making their own homemade stocks or broths, then add a spoonful or two of concentrate. In fact, I'm sure plenty of restaurants you've been to skip out of making fresh broths and use water flavored with glaze in their soups. And you've eaten it, and you said, "That's good, that's flavor." You said those words about food made from meat concentrates. Broths, gravies, sauces, and so much more can be all improved by concentrates. So I ask you again, have you ever tested your assumption that fresh products are better than those made from concentrates? Or do you always believe what you are told?
My friend. 怒りは術師にとって
I know how you feel. You feel like you're trapped in a dream, that at any moment you'll wake up and forget about the horrible truth you just learned. You want this madness to end, but I assure you, you're not crazy. It's not your fault that you've been lied to for so long. So to put your doubt to rest, let's unpack one last piece of evidence to bolster our confidence and to prove that even logic is on our side. Think about it. If juice from concentrate was that bad, why is it still sold in stores? Why do they still sell tubes of concentrate in the freezer aisles? Wouldn't those products be snuffed out for being low quality a long time ago? Why do juice companies boast about juice not from concentrate while still selling juice from concentrate? And following this logic, brands bragging about not using concentrate is like if I excitingly told the world about how I put on my own pants each morning. Yeah, I may struggle from time to time, but it's still bragging about a nothing burger. Like you, I was shocked when I found out about this deception. I wondered if they're not talking about food concentrate, what kind of concentrate are they talking about? That's when I started to look into the etymology of the word. But don't worry, I won't bore you with a long explanation. Let's just think of other homonyms. Is there another meaning to the word concentrate that involves cramping vast amounts of people into relatively small areas? Specifically places they don't want to be while being forced to do things they don't want to do? That's right, the word has been in front of us this whole time. Concentration. What do you call a place packed with unwilling participants, all compelled to concentrate therein? A school. That's right. Finally, my quest to discover the secrets of Big Juice led me to this major discovery. From kindergarten to university, students across the world are required to attend school, and somehow these companies use their concentration for their profit. But this breakthrough would be the first and last for a while. If I wanted to make an impact, I would need more evidence. I needed conclusive proof. Weeks passed. Day by day and night after night, I made little progress. I realized that I needed help. Maybe there was someone out there who had answers that just needed a little encouragement to come forward. That's when I turned to internet forums. Giving it my best shot, I posted the following. Hey, first time posting on this site. I know I'm going to sound crazy, but I'm at the end of my rope. Does anybody know how fruit juice manufacturers use concentration to make their juices? Thanks in advance. I know that my post was vague, but I didn't want trolls to interfere with my investigation, or even worse, for Big Juice to realize that I was onto them. But because the scandal was big, I knew that those in the know would see past what appeared to most as a typo and be perceived for what it was, a call to action. I received very few responses. Most people, as I expected, asked if I meant concentrate, and others laughed at me for asking such a ridiculous question. But I was not discouraged. I just had to hold on to hope that the right person would come across my post. Then it happened. Within a few hours, my phone buzzed. I had received a DM from a user saying that he might have some answers. I wanted to set up an interview, but to my disappointment, the whistleblower did not want to go public with his identity. But he promised to answer any questions to the best of his ability. I first asked the anonymous whistleblower, who I will be calling Dan, what his connection to orange juice is. He told me that he was a part of a PR team of sorts at under Thomas. When he first started, his role was to help with the new branding scheme. He told me that his PR team was the one that came up with the tagline, "Not from concentrate." I then asked him this question. Why were you guys asked to come up with that line in the first place? What was your prompt? He responded, they kept it vague, but basically they explained to us how they use Wi-Fi and radio waves to convert human concentration into orange juice. I then asked if he knew how the technology worked, but he didn't know how it worked. Finally, I asked if there was any other clue or lead that he had for me. To that, he gave me his boss's work cell phone number and then dropped his Cash App tag. So unfortunately, my interview with Dan was rather lackluster, but I still sent him a generous tip for his information. I tried the phone number he gave me to see if I could reach Tom, but the line had been disconnected. So when it was all said and done, I felt deflated. I was down a couple $100 and barely any closer to exposing Big Juice than when I started the interview. Without Dan being willing to go public, any accusation I could muster would fall completely flat. And here we are today, still with no justice. It's not fair that these companies are profiting off of unwitting students' labor. It doesn't matter if the students don't know they're being taken advantage of. They either deserve a cut of the profits, or juice companies need to stop using their underhand practices immediately and at minimum acknowledge the wrongs and apologize. In a way, this is just like having social media companies use your traffic on their sites against you. Many websites and apps claim to do this to send you targeted ads for your convenience, but it's really so they can make more money from bidding out ad slots to you. They also claim they want to curate personalized content for your enjoyment. But in reality, they want you to keep scrolling on their apps so they can show you more ads and bring in more money for themselves. All at your expense. In more than a few instances, social media companies have been found to be tracking users' other online activities while their apps are still running in the background. On the surface, they are honest about using targeted ads and content, but what they're not honest about is the negative effects of their predatory targeting. They are purposefully and secretly sacrificing your mental health for their revenue. But this video isn't about the predations of social media companies. It's about those of big juice. Still, without the smoking gun to get the conviction, it looks like this case is going nowhere. I guess this isn't the first time OJ got off. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Peace.